This is Bumping Into Walls, a show about living with vision loss, the challenges, the successes, and the day-to-day walls we all bump into.
Welcome to Bumping Into Walls. I'm Catherine McLeod, coming to you from the serenely sanitized studios of CJSW 90.9 FM. And don't worry, dear station manager, that doesn't mean that I'm burning incense or smoking any of those herbal cigarettes. All it means is that I'm very serene and very much in my happy place. And I have good news for all of you. It won't be much longer that you will have to only listen to me. There will soon be other people on the show, I promise. In the meantime, I have a wonderful interview coming up for you with another one of my favorite people from the Calgary CNIB, and aren't they all? Miss Kathy Culhane. So why don't we all settle back and give a listen? Well, I am on the phone with one of my favorite people. I have a lot of favorite people at CNIB, as our listeners might have guessed. And today I am speaking with Kathy Culhane. Welcome to Bumping Into Walls, Kathy.
Thank you, Kathy.
Kathy and Kathy.
We have our own show.
Yes. Now, what is your actual title at CNIB, Kathy?
My actual title is Independent Living Skills Specialist.
Oh, well, that's a big, long title for such a little person.
Or ILS for short, yeah.
Yes. And in addition to all of the things that you do for individual clients, you also hold seminars throughout the year for other skills.
Correct.
Yes, you do. And we are going to speak about two of those seminars today. And those are very important for people with vision loss because, of course, we all want to do our best to look good and to have other skills as well, don't we?
Yes, of course.
Yes. So the first one we're going to speak about is one that actually I have attended myself, and it was a lot of fun, and that was a makeup seminar. So now that one, now do you usually bring in a guest to speak about that, or do you talk about that on your own?
I will. I've had workshops on makeup application, and I've had actual makeup artists come in and demonstrate, how to apply your makeup. What is a concealer? What is foundation? What is eyeshadow? What is eyeliner? All of that for people, because there's some people who are not makeup savvy, and they need to know, like, well, what does it mean when it says this, and what does it do when it says that, right? So and so the makeup artist will go around, and she kind of actually will touch your face, like she'll ask you, of course, if she can touch your face, and
Yes.
and she'll sort of give you an idea of where to, like, apply blush. Which kind of foundation might work better for your skin? Is it better to have a cream? Is it better to have a powder? And then color-wise, like she can say to you, oh yeah, Kathy, this red lipstick would look really good on you, especially because you wear a lot of red, or this nice brownie color would look nice on you, or whatever. Like, she can give you the colors that would look best on your face, because I'm terrible for that. Like, I don't, especially foundation. What you think the color of your skin isn't necessarily what you buy, right? It could be a lot lighter, or it could be a lot darker. So these, and especially if you go, like, I find if I go into Shoppers Drug Mart, for instance, because they are not dedicated to one brand, they are actually much better at giving me, because if I have a certain budget to keep, I'll say, look, I have this much money that I want to spend, and then they can find, the right kind of price point as well as a nice, makeup for you at the same time. And they're not getting commission. They're not, oh, but it has to be Clinique, or, oh, it has to be, Estee Lauder or whatever.
Right.
It's their, they're not biased. So they can give you that wide range. And also it's also good to know maybe if you are allergic to certain chemicals or whatever in makeup, that you might want to let people know that. Like if you are, if you've tried a certain brand and it's reacted with your skin, you can say, oh, I don't like that brand because I've actually broken out with it. And then the makeup artist can also tell you, sort of maybe give you an idea of what your type is. So there's combination where maybe you're oily on your forehead, your nose, and your chin, or you're dry, right?
Yes.
So you could get the flakiness in your skin, and then they can give you those products and advise you on certain products to wear. And also just moisturize. Sunscreen is so important on your face. Helps with the brown spots, helps with wrinkles, helps with sunburn, all of that stuff. And it's not just for women. I mean, men need to know how to take care of their facial skin as well.
Yes, they do. Absolutely. I mean, my partner has very dry skin, and he does have to use moisturizer.
Right. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, men need to keep up with that too, because less lines for them. And like you said, the dryness, like, it'll really make them feel better to know that, their skin isn't cracking. It's, actually got some moisture back into it. And especially, again, and men need to use that sunscreen as well on their face. And, there's nothing to be ashamed of for those men out there.
Well, I don't think I know he isn't ashamed. He wants to take care of his skin.
Yep. Yeah, of course. I mean, and that's another good thing about, like when I've held these workshops in the past, I've always said, like, men are welcome, right? Because it's not, we get carried away with some of the makeup stuff, but she does talk about, I try to have her talk about, other than just makeup, it's your skin, period, right? Like, even if you don't like to wear makeup, it's necessarily, it's still, you might want to wear some lip gloss, or just to keep your lips moist. You can wear tinted lip gloss for women, or men can just wear, whatever they want.
Yes, there is just that stuff that you put on your lips that doesn't have any color to it.
Yeah.
Chapstick.
Yeah, exactly. And, because like I said, I can kind of give tips on how to apply certain, like, your makeup and to use different, you can use like cotton swabs, and you can use Q-tips and things like that. Or when you're applying mascara, for instance, it's good to maybe kind of put your finger underneath your lashes and then blink, and then some of that mascara can come off on your fingers, and, just rinse it all off. Kind of don't go too heavy on a lot of the makeup.
I don't need do that so much anymore, though, because of having to use eye drops so much. It makes a mess.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not a big eye makeup person either, because if we have to wear sunglasses a lot of the time, or reading glasses, or glasses period, it's not like people are going to really notice. Plus, because you and I both have some eye issues, it's not something I want to have in my eye. I don't want to have makeup goop, in my eye and make my eye even worse.
And you go to the ophthalmologist, and the ophthalmologist says, "What have you been doing?"
Right. Yeah, you don't want to look like you've been punching yourself in the eye,
Yeah.
Makeup surrounding your eye and things like that. So.
Yeah, but other than going to a family wedding and the sister of one of my sisters-in-law doing a real makeover on all of us, I generally put my own makeup on. So, because I know one of my sisters-in-law looked at me, she said, "I'm not putting your makeup on," when I pulled out my lip gloss. And I said, "Don't worry, I'm going to do it myself. I'm perfectly capable." And I usually do use a Q-tip to kind of dab around the edge of my lips, just to make sure that everything is okay.
Yep. And again, if you are, putting on eyeshadow or mascara or something like that, It's best to kind of close your eyes when you're doing your mascara because you don't want that wand going right into your eye. So, yeah, even if you had you could even put like a little Kleenex or something underneath there too, just so, if you have extra mascara on, then it can kind of fall into the Kleenex and things like that too. So, there's all these different kind of pointers for makeup, but for color, because I don't see color that great, I totally recommend clients just ask a professional about certain, especially with lipsticks and everything, right? They can kind of tell you, oh, well, this color's in this season, or people who love makeup can go crazy, right? They can maybe change their makeup up once in a while, and again, keeping an eye, and it's always important to ask, how long does this makeup last? Like mascara, how often do I need to change this out? And because it's around your eye, I would definitely find out, well, what's the expiry on makeup, right?
I wouldn't keep it very long.
Because
I would say eye makeup, probably 6 months at the most.
I think that's what I've heard too, especially mascara. I think it's about 6 months. So
yeah, I wouldn't trust it any longer than that. I really wouldn't. And eyeliner, the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. And we all forget, because if you start buying a bit of makeup here and there and you start throwing it into a drawer or whatever, you might forget, how long have I had this, right? Yeah. If you don't remember when you bought it, it's probably safe to throw it out.
I would say so.
Yeah. It's better just to be safe than sorry for things like that.
My mother always had a motto: if in doubt, throw it out.
Throw it out.
Yeah, but.
And again, if you are, like with makeup, again, you want to be organized to make sure you're labeling it as you buy it, kind of thing, right? Especially with lipstick. It's better, I know we all love our lipstick, but like you were saying, you just wear lip gloss, and that's fine. And it's just like, but for those who want a lot of colored lipstick, you have to just be careful that, you are labeling that, because if you are going to be wearing a red shirt, you don't want to put on purple lipstick or something, right?
Well, I wouldn't wear purple anyway.
But, for those people that are, thinking, oh, I'm going to buy like 12 different colors, it's like, well, I hope you know which colors you've bought. And that's why, again, just to keep it simple. I mean, there's so many, colors of lipstick that go with everything, like it's just asking and knowing, okay, I'm going to buy 2 lipsticks or 3 lipsticks, and I know that.
I think 2 is probably the most anybody really needs, but that's my viewpoint.
This is Bumping Into Walls on CJSW 90.9 FM.
With your wardrobe seminars, Kathy, how do you start with those?
So with the wardrobe, the seminars that I hold, like I guess it's just more asking clients exactly what their issues are. Wardrobes are very broad. So when people say to me, oh, I'm having issues with my closet and things like that, I kind of get them to specify what exactly it is. So majority of the time it's organizing your closet, how to know what colors you're wearing, if you're matching, things like that. So what I recommend to clients is to, have, for those clients who have some vision, to have better lighting in their closet. A lot of closets tend to not have the most sufficient lighting, so it's really difficult for people to sort of see, is this gray, is this brown, is this black, is this navy? So first of all, I say, well, make sure you have sufficient lighting. Then I kind of say, if you can do it from light to dark, so have all your whites on one side and then gradually get to your blacks on the other side. And then even if it's depending on the size of your house and how much room you have, the best thing to do is, if you do have the extra closet space, to try to get rid of your seasonal clothes. So if it's summer, don't have all your winter clothes in there. If it's winter, don't have all your summer clothes in there, so that you have the room to maneuver your hangers, and you're not reaching in grabbing a sweater when you really just wanted to grab shorts or something like that. So for those clients though who do not have that space to do so, you can use Rubbermaid containers. You can kind of try to put some of the clothes under a bed, or just move them to the very back of your closet, or to the very maybe move all your clothes that you're not going to be wearing to the left, and then have all the clothes that you are going to be wearing in the middle to the right, or whatever's easiest for the client. If they want to wear a particular tie with a shirt, maybe try to have the tie around the hanger on the shirt so that it's all together. Same with a skirt and a blouse. Like if it's a blouse that goes with that skirt, then try to hang those together. And then sometimes if it's earrings that you want to wear with that skirt and blouse, you could put them in a Ziploc bag and then hang them over the hanger so it's all together. It's just different ways of labeling your clothes as well, because once people put their clothes in the laundry, then it's the task of putting the clothes back on the right hanger that they got it from. But again, that's up to the client how they want to organize that too. So again, if the client has some vision, they could use different colored hangers. They could use different colored labeling devices to put on their hangers. So they could get a recipe card and write in big letters, BLK for black, or, red, or whatever it is that they are putting back on the hanger. Again, if they're totally blind, I had a colleague who used to staple the inside hem of the bottom of his pants. So he would staple like the black pair, so that when he was doing laundry, he would know, oh, these are my black pair, not my navy. And then, he would just know his clothes. So it's best not to go into a store and buy 5 or 6 of the same colored T-shirts. You might want to just buy 1 or 2, or try to find clothes that have a little bit of distinction to them. In the laundry room, I tell clients if you kind of sort your laundry in different ways, like your darks, your whites, your towels, your color, right? Have maybe even 3 or 4 different either bags or laundry baskets, so that and you can label those, or you can do however you want to label your basket, so that okay, I'm doing all my darks now. I've done my darks. Now I'm going to do my whites and things like that. I know with socks, socks are my nemesis, because I have a lot of socks, and they're all different. So when it comes to organizing my socks, I get a little frustrated, because the color's going, and I can't always tell what color it is. So I have to kind of buy now socks that have a little bit of distinctive either coloring to them or style to them, so I'm able to see those properly. And I know I'm not, some people have just one color. Right?
And that's what I do. I have one color of socks, and sometimes I go crazy and buy a bag of another color of socks. So I'll have either white socks or black socks. And because I can distinguish between white and black, I'm fine.
And that's good too. And I know that's what a lot of people do. So some of us who are crazy decide that they want all different types of socks.
Yeah, and then you put them in the laundry, and it's now what do I do?
Yeah, it's true. And I mean, the summer is a little easier because I just wear sandals, and I don't have to worry about about socks. But
or nylons.
Or nylons, exactly. That's But if, again, with clients who have no vision at all, they can use certain apps like, Be My Eyes or Aira or Ira or whatever it's called.
It's called Ira, and it's spelled with an A-I-R-A, believe it or not.
Yeah.
But I do have a color app on my phone.
Yeah, so those are kind of just basic stuff that people can do. Like there is no hard and fast rule on, how do I do this? But when you have the apps like the Aira and the Be My Eyes, you can get somebody to, if you live on your own, those apps are good because then the people on the other line, on the other end, can say, yes, that matches, or no, it needs ironing, or, oh, you have a stain on there. And so, I found that I was reading an article and it said that club soda, if you have a can of club soda, that actually helps with a lot of stains. And so it's a cheap, easy way to, and it's something you can just carry with you or have at your desk. So if you do accidentally have, some salad dressing falls or sauce or whatever, you can try and dab that out as quickly as possible so that you're not thinking, oh my gosh, I have to walk around the office like this all day now.
More socially respectable than white wine.
Yes. Or red, for that matter.
Well, I don't think red takes out stains.
No.
It puts stains in, actually.
Yes. So, and wine is also an option. I mean, you can drink it, and you can take away stains. So it's a 2-in-1 deal.
Yeah, just say, I'm not drinking on the job. I have it here, so if I get a stain, I can take it out.
That's right.
Just read all the helpful home tips.
That's right. Exactly. And it's just, and it's good too if you're in a restaurant and you've spilt something too, right? Then, you can always say to the waiter, hey, do you guys have some club soda that I can just dab away, right? So, and again too, like even if you had like extra clothes, you could bring an extra shirt or an extra pair of pants or something that you can keep at the office just in case, something like that happens and you think, oh, well, I have a meeting to go to and I'll just, I have this extra pair of clothes in the office.
Yes.
That kind of thing helps sometimes too. But it's up to, again, some people don't have that option to do that, but, it is just something to be aware of.
I think we all tend to get a little bit too much stuff in our closets too.
And it's really good too, yeah. So if, you haven't worn a piece of clothing for at least 2 years.
Oh, probably less than that.
Yeah, or even less than that. It's time to get rid of it. Like if you keep saying to yourself, well, I'm going to fit into those jeans. I know I am.
No, you're not.
No, you're not. I mean, after 2 years, you're probably not. And it's just easier to just, maybe get rid of those clothes and, give them to Value Village or a charity or something, or give them to a friend who might need some extra clothes or whatever, because it's always good to thin out your closet for sure, because you really don't need all of that clothing in there. I know some people have clothes like jackets from like 20, 25 years ago. They still have them in their closet. And it's like, really, well, why? I mean, the style has probably gone away. It's probably not as warm as you think it is or as stylish as you think it is.
Or maybe it just isn't you.
And that's right. And maybe it's not you. Exactly. Or it might be too small, or it might be too big, or however it works, right? But it is just also good just to have a really good clean out once in a while of your closet and just sort of go, do I really need, 18 pairs of jeans, right?
No, nobody needs that. The other rule that I heard once upon a time was to take clothes that you haven't worn and turn the hanger around on your clothes rack. And if 6 months later that hanger is still turned around and you haven't used it, then you're probably not ever going to wear that garment.
Yes, exactly. And do you keep your shoes in boxes?
Yes, I do.
You do? Okay. Yeah, I know some people do that, and it is a good idea because it does, well, first of all, it keeps you organized. Second, you can easily label the box so you know what's in there. And third, it helps keep the dust away.
Yes.
So, and it does help, keep your shoes in better condition.
Yeah, and they're not scattered all over the closet.
Right, exactly. We have our really nice stuff, we have our casual stuff, and then we have our lays about on a Sunday afternoon kind of clothes, right? Or workout clothes or whatever.
And the hang down to our knees stuff.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, but I never dry any of my T-shirts in the dryer. I hang all of them to dry.
Me too, and that's important to know that too. Anything that's 100% cotton and you don't want to have shrunk, or any other material that you do not want to have shrunk, then do not put them in the dryer. Like you said, hang to dry. Make sure that you're hanging them flat, because obviously they can get those little knobby things if they're hanging on a, if they're hanging wrong or something like that. So
and in the dryer they knock against each other and get those knobby things. But some of my T-shirts actually say on them not to put in the dryer. So I don't want to get any, because I can't read the labels anymore, I don't want to get any of them mixed up. So
of course. And that's also true as well when you are buying any kind of clothes that, like, again, if it's a dress or if it's a nice item of clothing that you might have to get dry cleaned once in a while, that's okay. But you want to make sure that you're not buying a lot of clothes that you're going to have to spend a lot of money getting dry cleaned.
No.
If it's just a nice T-shirt you want to buy, like, that's great, but just be aware of the material. Be aware of, is this going to pill right away? And when I say pilling, for those who don't know what I mean, it's all those little knobby pieces that kind of tend to show up on your clothing, and it doesn't make it look very good. You can wash your clothes inside out to kind of maintain some color.
I always do. Even my jeans, my partner, he's just like, why do you do that? I said, because I was taught back in the day to always turn all of my trousers inside out, do the zippers up, and put them in the wash that way. And that's what I always do.
Yeah.
Just what I do.
Yeah, and again, just making sure that you're, not putting bleach in with your dark colors, things like that. Like, just, common sense things, right? But sometimes if people don't realize, I got my white T-shirt mixed up with, these jeans or whatever. Like, it's just being aware of what you own, kind of feel your material. That's what I do sometimes too. In a store, I'll just feel the material, and if I don't like that, then I don't buy it, right?
No, exactly. Well, if you don't like the feel of it on your hand, you're not going to like it on your body.
Exactly. So, so those are just things that, people just kind of just keep an eye on that and just be aware of the type of material you're buying, and then do you know how to actually wash it? What do you like? And always keep stain remover. Speaking of the club soda, but if at home, always keep a stain remover in your laundry area, just so that, if you did forget that you forgot to take that stain out right away, try and soak it again in a bit of stain remover or whatever, just to be on the safe side.
And don't leave your stains too long, because they do set.
That's right. Exactly. And try to treat it as soon as possible.
I guess that's a wrap.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Kathy.
Oh, you're very welcome.
I
no
very
problem.
much appreciate it. You have a wonderful rest of the day.
Thanks, you too. Have a good weekend.
Okay, then.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.
This is Catherine McLeod. Just as a reminder, Kathy Culhane, in her position at the Calgary CNIB, does several seminars every year during normal times, along with wardrobe and makeup. She does other things as well with living skills to help the clients, and different living skills to help clients in their own, to help clients be able to live in their own homes, cooking for one thing, and other things, to be able to find out what she is offering once things are back to normal. Check the CNIB calendar, and you will be amazed what you will find there. Thank you very much for listening, and check us out again next time.
Tune in next time to see what people, places, or things we've been bumping into.
To contact Bumping Into Walls, find us on Twitter at into_walls. Or send us an email at bumpingintowalls@gmail.com. You can also check out our website, bumpingintowalls.wordpress.com.
Bumping Into Walls is produced, edited, and hosted by
Jesse Tregarthen,
Anthony Hodges,
and Catherine McLeod.